Hi angels, I thought I'd do a little nature chats video outside. I've come out without Indy because I just kind of wanted to sit quietly and do this one with you. So the title of this video is about gratitude, and I've decided to do it in the form of a nature chat because it does involve nature with what I'm going to say. So I'm going to jump straight into it. So we've heard a lot that gratitude is the best attitude, and I completely agree with that. I wouldn't ever argue that point. However, there are points in our life when it's sometimes quite hard to reach for that gratitude, and this can be in times of grief, in times of loss. It almost feels like we're trying to force gratitude because we know it can help us. Gratitude's such a high vibrational energy. This is why great thought leaders like Bob Proctor and people like that suggest keeping a gratitude journal. And it's something that I do myself. But sometimes in those challenging times, it's really difficult to think of things that we're grateful for. And I know that a lot of people don't want to admit that or talk about that because people will say, well, there's always something to be grateful for, and there is. But feeling genuine gratitude is different than just saying that you're grateful for something. So I want to talk about how to feel genuine gratitude when you're having that slump. Now, I'll give you an example. When my grandparents died, it was very difficult. It was a few years ago now, and yeah, obviously it's still hard. You never truly, you never truly forget or anything like that. You know, there is sometimes sadness that creeps up on me now. Still, it's only a few years have gone by, but that initial pain was very hard, and the things I was grateful for in life, a lot of the things included them. So even when I wasn't thinking about them specifically, things like if I wrote, I'm grateful for music, it would make me feel a little bit sad because that's something that I used to do with them. You know, I used to listen to music and jazz with them, with my grandfather, or Tina Turner with my grandmother, and listening to those things used to bring me so much joy and gratitude. But then when I lost them, it was tinged with sadness. So it was really difficult to feel genuine gratitude when I felt genuine sadness alongside that gratitude. Things like celebrations, you know, I'd be like, I'm grateful that I've written this blog post that people enjoy, but there was also sadness that I couldn't share it with them. So, and I know that some of you guys will relate to what I'm saying. So how did I find that gratitude and genuine gratitude when I felt that way, when I felt in that slump? I found it in nature. I always think of nature as being my church. It's a place that I feel grounded. Like literally, I feel grounded to the earth right now. And I tend to talk a lot slower when I'm out in nature because there is that complete grounding feeling. And we find gratitude when we discover beauty. Nature gives and gives and gives. It doesn't matter how much you earn, how successful you are, what your status is in life, it gives the same. Nature won't charge you £1 million to look at a beautiful sunset. We all have the same opportunity to enjoy her beauty, and no matter where we come from, she doesn't discriminate against who gets to enjoy that and who doesn't. And that is something that we can all share in because it is so inclusive. Being in nature is so inclusive. Whether you're grateful for the sunshine or the breeze or the rain on your face or things like that, it doesn't have to just do with sight. It could be to do with sound, you know, hearing the bird song, or like those sensory feelings, or the smells of nature, the smell of the grass. We can find true beauty in it. And what happens when we surround ourselves with beauty, we get more grateful. This is why as well, if you don't do this outdoors, you can do it in your own home. Make a list of all the things in your home that you find beautiful. It could be an ornament that somebody got you, it could be your favorite t-shirt, some jewelry, whatever it is. Just get it out and look at it, and you'll begin to feel genuine gratitude, because we find gratitude in beauty. And it doesn't have to just do with our material items, like, you know, the ornaments we have and the jewelry we own. It can be as simple as this grass. Like, I'm grateful for it because it brings me so much peace and joy, and we can do that. The other reason it's so easy to get grateful outdoors is because it doesn't judge. I remember when I was a teenager, I was going through a really hard time. I seemed to have a lot of emotions, even more than a lot of my friends. I felt very angry a lot of the time, and you know, my mother was very patient with me. She was the best mom I could have asked for, but still, I would, you know, be mean, and I'd say mean things to her, and I'd come out the house to kind of, you know, cool off, and nature wouldn't judge me for any of the things that I'd said. And luckily my mother didn't either, but, you know, nature just didn't. It was still there offering me joy and peace. When I've experienced loss and grief, nature's just been there doing her thing, and just allowed me to come into her home and cool off. That's why I say nature's my church, because it's like a sacred space where I'm not going to be judged. I can come here with or without makeup. I can come here dressed up or dressed down, and it won't matter. And I'm so grateful for that. So I just want to tell you guys in this little video that if you are struggling to fill your gratitude journal with stuff that you genuinely feel grateful for, I'm not suggesting that you're not, but if you're like me, if you felt like I did when the things that I ordinarily would feel grateful for, I was having a hard time in doing that because of my own personal suffering, nature really allowed me to just be present within the things that I am genuinely grateful for, and that really helped me speed up that gratitude process. It gave me a lot to write in my journal, and it continues to do so to this day. So I just wanted to share this little nature chats video with you guys, and I hope that it's helped somebody. So I'll speak to you really soon with another one, and I love you lots. Alyssa.